Hey everybody, Bart the Nature Guy, back this week with another nature engagement invitation for you. Um, and this one's going to be involving a lot of visuals. It's a really windy day out here, so there's a lot of being able to see things. But this morning, I always start with the power of presence, with kind of going through the different senses. This morning I woke up before sunrise. I was up around 4 a.m. and looking for the sound or listening for the sound of turkeys. My son is really interested in turkeys, and he wants to hear what they sound like when they come. They make a certain sound when they actually will spend their nights up in the trees, and then in the morning, right before sunrise, even before sunrise, they'll come flying out of those trees, and they stay on the ground most of the day, and then they fly up, and then they roost back in the trees at night. And he wanted to hear that sound of those turkeys coming out of the trees, and so I wasn't able to get him up early enough. I was up, but being 7 is a little hard to get up at 4 a.m. He was trying, but it didn't really happen. So, but I started off my day without any visuals. I was definitely using the sense of my hearing to kind of pick up on all the different amazing animals that were out there in the morning, and all the wind too. It is a really breezy day, which is why I thought more of a visual invitation today would be kind of nice, because the wind can really drown out a lot of the other sounds that are around you. But I don't know if you can hear this, but I'll be real quiet here. I have about a 20-mile-an-hour wind going over my head. I've kind of dropped down into a little bit of a ravine here and kind of gotten out of the wind to do the video with you guys. But lots of cool and amazing things this time of year as all this brand new green growth is coming out. Things like flowers and mushrooms and all sorts of stuff is kind of coming out of the earth right now. So super cool. I thought I'd do a little walk with you as we kind of see what we can find. But also today's invitation involves just finding a spot, and it could be somewhere in your house, keeping you close versus in the woods. I will tell you right now, the ticks are really out there in the woods and in the grasses. So I'm going to provide you an invitation. That's just something to be aware of. Just like in the summertime, poison ivy, something you have to be aware of this time of year. Ticks can really be out in the woods. I really encourage you, if you do get out in the woods, to give yourself a little check when you get back. Make sure that that you don't have ticks on you. If I was in classes with you, we would talk about some of the tick-borne diseases like Lyme's disease, things to be important to look for. If you do ever get a tick on you, just know that you're looking for a little. The deer ticks are real small, and they tend to be a little bit more solid color. Also, if you get a tick bite on you and you start to see like almost like a bullseye kind of a red spot come up around that that bite, that's a really important time to get to the doctor. Lyme's disease is a really bad thing. So I want you to be aware of ticks. It's not something to be really scared of, but just be aware of when you're out in the woods, and this time of year is that. So this invitation is going to be more based on maybe a spot in your house, maybe where that grass is a little bit lower, to keep you out of that kind of area for this invitation. And so this is this invitation that we're going to do today is called Follow the Flyer. And Follow the Flyer is simply an invitation for you all to see what you're noticing flying. It could be a little piece of cattail fuzz. It could be a little bug. It could be a bird, and that you follow that bird. You might have seagulls or a hawk or something over your head, or it could be as small as a little ant, little flying ant that's going by. So I really want you to, as we walk a little bit here now, sorry, I'm gonna switch hands here, to see what you can notice that's moving, and then see if those things around you, as you sit still and start to notice the things around you. I'm kind of keeping my eyes up, seeing if I can notice anything as we go. That if there's, can you follow that? And maybe you take a short walk, maybe you take 5 or 10 steps at a time, and see, and then sit there for a while. A lot of times it takes about 20 minutes before nature will kind of come alive around you once you're still. So being still is important. Things can definitely sense you're there, but once you're there and they recognize that you're really not a threat, you're not, and your noise quiets down, because you're kind of a foreign noise in the woods. Even our even paced footsteps can be a little odd for them, because usually most animals take 2 or 3 steps and stop at 2 or 3 steps. So if we're taking 10 or 15 steps at a time, that seems a little out of place for them, and they can hear that and sense that. So being still is really important. giving yourself the chance to sit still. So, but I always do the power of presence. So if we could do that together right now, I'd really appreciate it. So again, let's start with our ears, since I started this morning with using my ears to listen for the sound of those turkeys coming out of the trees. Let's do that. So we'll just take a deep breath, breathe that air out, and in and out on the exhale. Start to look around you, see the things that you see. Get kind of a sense of your place, but as soon as you get that sense of the place, what I would like you to do is see if you can close your eyes for those sounds. I'm going to turn my phone around so you don't have to look at my face the whole time during the video. And now if you're ready, switching to the sense of feel or touch, maybe feeling the wind. Today, definitely the breeze is out there today. So feeling how that wind interacts with your skin. I can definitely feel, I got some pretty furry arms. I can definitely feel the wind going through kind of my skin and the hair on my arms. Maybe the way the wind blows your hair. Or maybe how it even feels different when where my sleeve and my skin kind of meet right here. Even how that shifts right in that one little specific spot. And I'll give you a couple minutes with that. Alrighty. And this time with our sense of smell, I'm definitely in down this kind of boggy, if you can kind of see, it's kind of bog, there's marsh right over there. So I got lots of smells down here, especially in this low area. Lots of things growing right now, but definitely following your sense of smell. And I'll turn the camera around again. Take some time to be with your nose. And one of the ones that we started last week, which is the sense of taste, which a lot of people have never even done. They've never even thought about it, but definitely drawing that air in over your tongue, opening your mouth just slightly. Suck that air in. And just see how that air interplays with the sense of taste as we're in the woods. Something to do, something we don't think about a lot. And exhale, drawing the air in. And just bringing your senses to this place and this time and this present moment. And now with our eyes. Again, this invitation is called Follow the Flyer. I'm going to do a little walk and talk and see what I can come up with in regards to animals. I can just see right now. I can see a little piece of fuzz going through the air. Right about here, it's going right underneath that branch right now. And then when you lose it, or you can't see it anymore, just pause with that place. Sit there and wait till something else catches your attention. Again, being still, you might see birds come into that area. As I'm talking, obviously not a lot of things are going to be moving around me, but they're definitely, oh, there we go. Out over that marsh, there's a barn swallow flying. They're the ones that have that really hook shape flight pattern with their kind of tight wingspan, and they definitely curve and move right above the tops of those cattails out there. So I'll follow that for a while. And if you get stuck, use that sense of sound to locate something that may be flying around you. Or oftentimes, when I'm struggling, I'll actually use the ground and use the shadow. So use the shadows as a bird goes over, or a dragonfly, to locate that. Because sometimes when they see, when we have our faces up into the sky, we're not always picking up what's going on around us, and looking down you can actually get a little bit more of a peripheral vision of the shadows that are around you. I can hear a bird way up over there. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled right in there. Let's see if I can find it. Big shadow just came over my head. What is it? Oh, it's a giant crow. Just went right over my head, and I found that using the shadow as it went right along the ground here. I saw the shadow go right across the grass, and then I was able to get my head up and locate that crow. See if I can find it there in the sky for you. Oh, he's already gone. So that's the invitation. Follow the flyer. See what you can see today. I hope you all are in good health. Miss you guys, and take care, and we'll get another video. This week I'm going to do tarps, and that'll be coming out tomorrow. So different kinds of tarp designs. And ways to use a single tarp, or also just shelter building in general. So so that's our next video for tomorrow, or maybe even later this afternoon when I get posted up. I'm dealing with some internet issues right now, so no big deal. Take care. Hope everybody's in good health. Peace out. Bye-bye.